Today, I'm going to be making a butter curry jerk chicken, and it's gonna be amazing, all right? Stay tuned, I'm gonna show you how I get this done. What is up, guys? Welcome to Stino's Kitchen, where you're gonna learn how I make all of my meals. People always told me that my food is amazing, and I wanna share with you guys what I do to get my food to taste the way that it tastes. Now, I'm a foodie. I've eaten at a lot of different places, so I'm influenced not only by American culture, Caribbean culture, because I was raised in the Caribbean. I was born in New York, and now I'm in Florida. So I'm gonna teach you guys what I do to make my food just hit and taste real good. So the first thing that we are going to do, we're going to clean the chicken, and then we're going to prep it, season it, and then we're gonna get our veggies ready, and then we're gonna start cooking. I have my chicken, all right? I have potatoes, I have carrots, and I have onions. You put your chicken in a bowl. You wanna get some apple cider vinegar or vinegar, white vinegar is fine too. And you wanna wash your chicken. When people say wash chicken, all you're really doing is rinsing it off. So you set this in the apple cider vinegar for a little bit, and then you wash it off again with regular water. And we're gonna just wash that off for a little bit. When you're washing your chicken, you add water to the apple cider vinegar. That's gonna kill a lot of the bacterias. And what I'm gonna use is adobo. This is like my go-to seasoning. And for seasoning chicken, the way that I know that it's fully seasoned is usually by, a look. So this is another spice, 24 herbs spice. You can add that on as well. We use that. My girlfriend, my fiance, she loves this. And then we have a 14 spice. I'm gonna dub that in. So I put a lot of different spices and complete seasoning. I'm gonna put a little bit of this. Got some garlic, onions, bay leaf. There's different things in here that bring the chicken to life, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna use some curry powder, all right? Put a little curry powder on that. Curry the chicken up. All right, and I'm also gonna add curry to the seasoning. You'll see in a minute. All right, so we got our curry in there, and then we're gonna get some cumin. And then we're gonna keep this off to the side. I'm gonna use some jerk as well. Some jerk. All right, this jerk is gonna be good. It's just so good, right? It's hot. It has pimiento. There's a lot of peppers in here, garlic, onions. It's really good. So you could just add that in, and then you just leave this marinate a little bit. You leave it sit for a little bit. All right, preferably you wanna leave your chicken sit for a long period of time, but once you season it like this, it should be good. Curry powder, our jerk seasoning, and our cumin. I'm gonna keep these off to the side, right next to where I'm gonna be cooking, all right? Onions is your friend, all right? In the kitchen, you'll see as I start cooking and as I start prepping, you're gonna realize that onions is actually really important to a lot of my dishes personally, okay? And it doesn't really matter. I like to chop them up fine. Not too fine, but just enough. I'm gonna just take a little slice of these because I just want to get the flavor of the peppers, but I don't want to have too much peppers in this dish. I'm gonna have, this is gonna be for color and flavor. All right, guys. In another episode, I'm gonna teach you how I cut up these peppers and onions. My dad taught me everything I know when it comes to cooking. And I really thank him for that, actually. All right, next thing, these garlic. Smash it. That's how I do it. You smash the garlic and then you just take it off. Take off the skin of the garlic. And if you don't want to ever do this, you just buy minced garlic and you'll be just fine. And it works perfect. And then you also want to chop these up. So this is prep work, okay? Guys, this is all prep. Put these over to the side now. So I prep my vegetables. Simple, you cut off both ends of the carrots. This end, this end. If you don't already buy the carrots stripped, because sometimes they're already ready to go, like the mini carrots. Usually I just take a knife and I slide it across like this. Really easy and slow. Then we're gonna slice these. Potatoes, also great form of carb. For the potatoes, I do it simple. I cut them and then you can use a potato peeler or you can just do it like this. Yeah, cooking at home is the way to go. I'm gonna show you guys some dishes too that are that I cook up after, you know, I've done a meal already and then I dub it up again. I call it a dub meal. But after you've cut your potatoes, you want to wash them off. I do one slice here and then I slice it again. Right? And then I cut it into about a half an inch slices. Because the thinner you cut it, the easier it is gonna be to break down. And for the most part, we wanna keep our potatoes whole after we stew it or bake it. But this time, I think I'm gonna stew it just because I want to cook this a little faster. Yeah, this is looking like enough potato, but I might put a little more, one more potato. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a frying pan, something deep. Now, you can use I call this a frying pan. Make sure you have a cover as well. All right. I call that a frying pan. And then you can also cook this in a pot, but my pot is small. Feel like it's not big enough. So this is how we're gonna bust it down. All right, guys, so let's get into this, okay? So I'm gonna come down a little to you guys' level. I already put some olive oil, but I'm gonna put some more olive oil in here. Olive oil, all right? It's butter chicken. We're gonna add the butter a little later. Maybe some people use butter. They can do that too. So I'm gonna take a handful of onions and peppers along with all of the garlic. I'm gonna drop that in there. Guys, this is super important, okay? Super important to cook down your vegetables because this is gonna give you a lot of flavor. All right? This is gonna give a lot of flavor. I could smell it right now already. I'm gonna put a little more olive oil. Sometimes the vegetables soak up the olive oil, so you wanna make sure that you have enough olive oil. And once you start to see the bottom browning, you can turn down the stove a little bit, just to like, I wouldn't even say like kind of like midway. And then what you wanna do is you wanna make space for your chicken. You want to make space for your chicken inside of the pot. Okay? When I say make space for the chicken, it's because the vegetables could go underneath it and you don't want it to like obstruct the chicken from cooking. All right? The reason I call it the charring session for the chicken is because we want to cook this chicken as good as we can on both sides, but we also want to add some color to it, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna cut some, this is ginger. I'm gonna cut a little bit of ginger up. Just remove the skin, all right? I'm gonna remove the skin from the ginger just like that. See that? And I'm gonna add this ginger to the pot. I'm gonna cut it up in small pieces. Then I'm gonna add it to the pot. So I didn't put the pot on the chicken as yet. Want to turn up the stove a little bit on this chicken. And you can see that the chicken is starting to get brown. You want to cook it until the chicken is brown. New recipe, you know what I'm saying? So this is super important, how I'm cooking this chicken right now. I flipped it over and now I'm letting it brown on the other side because we want to get all of those flavors out of the chicken into the bowl, and we're gonna stew the chicken after that. But we want the vegetables, the onions, the garlic, the pepper, all of that seasoning to get buried into the chicken. And you can smell it. And everything smells great, all right? Well, we flip the chicken. Look, the chicken is getting charred on each side. This is how I like to do it, guys. I like to char the chicken on each side. And then I flip it over and I let it keep cooking. So what I'm gonna do now, the chicken is almost done the way that I want it to be, all right? And then I'm gonna add the butter to the chicken. All right, guys? You're gonna see that, as you can see here, a lot of the chicken, I like to wipe it up. I like to wipe all of the char up, all right? I like to stir it up. Stir it up in the pot. I like it to cook. I'm gonna add some of the ginger, all right? The minced ginger. To the pot. All right, that's how the ginger looks. This is some peppers here, but as you can see, that's how the ginger looks right there. I'm gonna add that to the pot. I'm also gonna add a little more curry powder to the pot. I'm gonna stir that up. So the curry chicken is inside not the curry chicken, sorry. The ginger is inside. So look, now, as you can see, the chicken is being charred on both sides. Look at that. I like to wipe it up, wipe all of that char. That's all flavors, guys. All right, that's all flavor. So now this is perfect. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some butter, and I'm gonna load the fire down a little bit. We haven't added any of the carrots. We haven't added any of the potatoes as yet. So I'm gonna add our butter. Add a butter. All right, butter chicken. Gonna leave it simmer in there. Now, the reason I add the butter after is because the chicken isn't gonna cook down as well, or it's not gonna char as well if the butter was just in there. The butter would have to be really dry. So I use the olive oil first to char down the chicken the way that I wanted it to be charred down, and then go from there. All right. I just put some extra onions and peppers in there, and if you could smell this smells great. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some of, maybe that's a little too much. Nah, yeah, that's good. This is the jerk. I'm adding the jerk to the pot. And we already got cumin in there as well. All right, look at that. I'm gonna add another stick of, not a whole stick of butter, but I'm gonna add another piece of butter. It's looking good, guys. All right, so look how good that's looking, guys. All right. So now the chicken, we can stew the chicken now. Chicken is ready to stew, guys. See, all of the char from the bottom of the pot is now embedded in the chicken breast. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add our potatoes and our carrots. Carrots and our potatoes to the bunch. What's gonna happen now is I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit, and I'm just gonna mix this in. All right. I wanna get the carrots into the mixture, you know what I'm saying? Smells good, smells buttery. It's a butter chicken, a butter curry and jerk chicken with cumin. All right, this smells great. It's always good to smell your food to understand, you know, smell and taste are synonymous, okay, guys? Smell and taste is synonymous. If it don't smell good, it probably doesn't taste good. That's a fact. So what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna add some water to the mix so we can stew this down. And here's the thing, guys. This is all, I'm not gonna tell you exactly how much water to put. It depends on how much sauce that you want, you know. But usually you want to put the water up to where it covers up a little bit. And like I told you guys, now we're gonna keep it on high for now until the water starts to boil. Once the water starts to boil, we're gonna turn it down. All right, I hope you guys are enjoying Stino's Kitchen so far. I'm looking over here, but I hope you guys are enjoying Stino's Kitchen so far. I'm trying to cook this to show you guys how it's done, how you can impress your girlfriend or your man or whatever. This is my version of butter chicken, all right? Jerk and curry in it too, guys. It's amazing smell. I'm gonna show you. All right, boom. Look at that. So what we're gonna do now, is we're going to lower this down a little bit, just a little bit. Obviously we want the potatoes to cook down and everything. So you could use heavy cream. I'm gonna use some of this sour cream. I'm gonna add it to the pot because I want a creamy feel to this. I want a jerk looking creamy feel to this. So I'm gonna add that. And I'm also going to add some, oh my goodness. So I want a creamy feel to this chicken. All right, creamy butter sauce, you know what I'm saying? Smells great. All right. So I'm gonna add some of that. This is inspired by Indian food, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese. I love Parmesan. Make it a little thick. Are you seeing that? Ooh! Look at that. So this is gonna actually boil down. We call it boil down. The water is becoming vapor and then it's gonna boil down. So it's gonna be nice and creamy. Give it a taste. That tastes great. So we're gonna leave this sit for maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna show you guys how you know when the potatoes are cooked. It's simple. You put a little knife in it, and once it goes through smooth, you know you're ready. All right, so the whole reason why I actually cooked it this way is just a series of reasons. One, I added the onions, the garlic, and the peppers to the pot with the oil first, the olive oil first, to bring out the flavors out of those seasonings. Those are some of the most important seasonings, I think, for every dish. Onions and garlic. And then you have peppers, they come in second. And then you can use bay leaves, you can use different things to like start your pot. All right, that's like the theme of your pot, or I would say it's the life of it. Then after I cook down the vegetables, then I add my chicken. This is a stew. I add the chicken. I'm gonna sear my chicken on both sides, all right, until it's nice and brown. And then I'm gonna add my butter. Then I'm gonna add my water, and then I'm gonna leave it boil. The reason why we add the reason why we add the potatoes and the carrots after is because the potatoes and carrots cook faster than the chicken. So we don't want to have mashed potatoes in our stew. We want this to be, the potatoes and the carrots to still be whole, nice and soft, but not splattered. You don't want it to be squishy. You want it to be still whole, all right? I'm gonna show you how that's done. So we're gonna cook this down. It's looking great. Look at this. All right, look at that. Looking great. So, and it smells even better, to be honest with you. All right. Smells great. And the consistency is there. Let's see. You can thicken this up with some, I'm not gonna thicken it up though. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna let the carrots boil down a little more, and I'll let the carrots thicken it a little bit. I'm gonna be back very soon to show you guys how it looks, how it's coming along. And you know, this is a simple, easy meal. I'm gonna cook up some rice now, and then bam, we have a whole meal, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, as the chef that I am, you know, that's what I need to do. All right, so how do we know that it's done? So I'm gonna take this piece of potato right here, right? And then I'm gonna smash it on the side. See how it just broke apart? The carrots, they should be done too. All right, see how the carrots are breaking apart, but they're not too mushy, still nice and soft. That's exactly how we want it. So we're gonna plate this with some cilantro rice. This is me testing out how to film these videos. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna really show you and put you guys on some cooking game that take you to the next level. So obviously you want to plate it any way that you want to. We'll put that off to the side a little bit. Then I'm gonna get some, look at that sauce. Get some carrots. And you get some butter sauce. Add some sauce to, I'm gonna add some sauce to the actual chicken as well, because the chicken needs some loving too, you know. And there you have it. Gotta add the pear in there, you understand? Something nice, something cool. Just let the cilantro stick its clean. You know what I'm saying? This is my plate right here. The butter chicken, the butter curry jerk chicken with rice, cilantro rice, cilantro lime rice, and some avocados. I'm gonna put some little bit of salt on the avocados, and there you go, man. There you have it. So eat good and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. It's your boy the Bartist, and I'm out. This is my fiance. She's gonna try the food for the first time. I don't think she ever had this dish before, but she's gonna give it a shot.
It's good. It's really good.
What are you tasting? What flavor is coming out? What flavor is popping out right now?
Usually I don't care for carrots, but it has like the carrots are rich and it's like well, I guess cilantro. Like a cilantro buttery, like a buttery taste.
Mm-hmm. You taste the curry?
Mm-hmm. I taste the curry. Not too spicy, but it's like a good medium. The rice is a good add-on too, because it doesn't taste like jasmine rice or anything else. It tastes like it has like the cilantro, like a lime taste to it, which is really good. Y'all, I'm gonna eat this.
So would you recommend this? What do you rate it?
I would give it a maybe a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
I only give it a 9 out of 10 because I know you made some other stuff. This is like a 10 out of 10. This is good, but this isn't like my 10 out of 10 favorite dish that you made.
Okay,
So.
good. Quick. All right, I'm gonna do some of the rice. Oh, sorry. And I'm gonna taste the potato. Now, I'm gonna get a piece of the chicken with the rice.
All right, now what would you rate it as?
This is great. So, what I'm tasting here is the curry, the jerk, the ginger is popping out. Curry and ginger, that mixture with the jerk is amazing. But because I did it with the butter sauce, is giving like a creamy jerk. A creamy jerk butter is amazing. I love it. I want you guys to try it. And you tag me on Instagram at Celestino_A1 if you make it at home. Peace and good eats.
I like peace and good eats.